Yeah, that's
Hey?
a bit.
Ben?
Yeah, that's Ben. That's what.
Yeah, Luke's that one. Ben's the
And hopefully nothing hits us in the face.
That's okay.
And then that's when you go,
Oh, woman.
I've been hit. And we play sniper from blah, blah, blah.
I wonder if my brother's gonna say.
Is that the first?
Either 4P Ben or Scott.
Let's say, like, Jones since Jones.
It was 4P a lot at the start. And then they have to have 4P master. I'm gonna say 4P instead of 4P. Like,
Start.
I know, my brain's just gonna end up going that way.
And then I'll just be bye. I saw, where is she?
Oh yeah, she is. Yeah, over there.
See where the crutches are?
What are you ready for? Who are you ready for?
It's gonna be like Hello and welcome back to the State League Finals for 2026. Here we are at the gold medal match for the men's with VD, who won the semi-finals early today against Phoenix in a tight match. 5-setter that was against Boss, number one spot on the leaderboard, with only one set lost the whole game, the whole league. Today we've got a tough match ahead of us. Both of these teams are very heavy hitters and we're going to be looking to see a lot of that on court today. VD obviously has a huge squad, but so does Boss. And VD's going to be tired out from their 5-setter against Phoenix earlier. We're going to be looking to see if that fatigue affects them in this game like it did the women's that just finished earlier. Whereas Boss is going to be looking to take advantage of that fatigue. Here with me, Elise, I have Charlie on the other mic, who's going to be helping me commentate this match. Say hello.
Hello. I've never done this before, so don't expect anything great from me.
We'll be having a look at how these boys are playing today, looking for an exciting match as the Boss men struggle to take even a simple team photo. I have low hopes for them.
They haven't even got a ball between them.
That's unfortunate. Both teams today have really big squads, but a lot of them have decided to implement a lot of younger players. We've got a lot of experienced faces on court. We've got some of the most decorated Tasmanian men's players here today on both teams, mixed in with a lot of new faces. A lot of these boys are having their first try at State League, or at least, very new to the high-level competition we have here in Tassie. We're going to be looking to see how they meld together in a high-stakes finals match here, looking to see who goes for gold here today. And just paying close attention to the stream audio here for the team names. Here we've got both of our lineups on the floor getting ready to start the match. This state league, we've seen a bit of a change from Boss, taking in a few members of other teams that haven't submitted teams for state league. From UTAS, we've got Ricardo Jackson and Haito Inamura in on the field at the moment. And then we've got VD to serve. Captain's having a chat with the ref at the moment. We're getting started with Oscar Kelly, number 36 from VD serving. Great hustle from Kai Ibbett, aka Fridge, straight out the bat. We're already seeing great scramble plays from the boys. It came off light off Hayato's fingers and Kai was there to grab that from the backcourt. Just didn't miss quite. Just didn't quite get them the win here. Out of system pass to Jan, wasn't a kill. Thorpe looking to kill it, and he does. Straight into the block and down the net. Josh Thorpe is going to be a big offensive tool for the VD team tonight. And Ricky Jackson gets it off the hands of Oscar. The score's currently 2-1 to VD in the first set. Great line shot from Jan Janssen. Just got up from Oscar Kelly there with the set to the middle. Zave on the late hit past the block. Out of system to Thorpe, who just tips it over. Picked up by Friggy. And smashed by Jan into the hand of Jonesy. Sam Jones out at one. Nick Jones out at one. Just getting a hand to that ball, but not quite saving behind it.
It looks like VD is struggling to close that block on Jan right now.
Yeah, definitely. And we've got Ricardo Jackson to serve. It's 2-2 in the first set. High pass from Luke Ben with the kill out on the pin. Got touches off the Boss block there. We've got Thorpe back to serve. Just a little late there on that hit from Blake Barwick out there. Just a little too short for him even. He was up there ready for a much higher set, but Adam has just set that a little too low there. Not giving them the chance to kill the ball where they need to.
I think they're struggling to connect without Fraser Morris here today.
Yeah. And we've got Kai Ibbett hitting into the block. It's recycled by the Boss boys. And Jan Janssen goes for that open seam. They just left a little too much line there, and it's just been completely exploited there. Jan's a heavy hitter, very experienced and smart player. He's going to hit those spots where he can. Now we've got Addy Hawks to serve. VD still leads 4-3. Hayato with the overpass. Really short set there from Oscar to Xavier Reed, number 34 there, but it's paid off for them. They've managed to catch the Boss team off guard there. We have our first substitution here, number 9, Kobe Young for Xavier Reed. He's come on to serve. Passed up by John Deadman there. Jan Janssen through the seam in the block and just not picked up. Thorpe got hands to that and it was just not grabbed by anyone. We saw an attempt from Oscar Kelly out on the net, but just not quite in time. Jan Janssen to serve. And Sam Wardlaw kills it through the middle, just exploiting that seam where he knew that he could take that cross shot, got it off the arms of the lib on Boss and just killed it into the back wall. Oh, and Addy Hawks with that one-hand serve out to Kai Ibbott. Unfortunately, it's just not paid off though. Great set from Addy, but Kai was unable to kill it, giving VD the chance to send it back. Ben Powell's just sent that straight through Kai's hands and out, and we've got his brother, Luke Powell, serving now. Jan dimes that to his setter, and Hayato hits it straight off Oscar's hands. We're seeing a lot of tulls off blocks, and it's working really well for both teams. The teams going forward will be looking to close those blocks and really press over it. We've got Xavier Scoop here to serve. Thorpe with the pass out to Luke Powell, and it's just been hit straight into that deep back corner. Jan Janssen got a hand to it, but just not behind it enough, and it's gone into the back of the court. We've got Ben Powell to serve. The score is 8-5 in VD's favour. And just a fumble by John Deadman here. He's just let it slip through his finger on the float serve, pushing the score to 9-5 in VD's favour in the first set. VD denies that hit from Hayato, sends it into the backcourt, picked up by Jan, and then recycled out to Kai, who hits it out cross court. Just a little too much power on the cross court shot there.
Looks like we have Kai coming in to pass over John.
And we've got a hit into the net there.
Timeout.
Coach Daniel and Scott are going to call a timeout here for the squad. They clearly are lagging behind a little here. It's a 6-point deficit in what should be a little bit closer at the moment. They're clearly struggling on their serve receive here. We've seen a lot of soft hands on those passes. It's just slipping through. They're going to need to step it up and coordinate a little bit better to kill those balls, because VD's doing a great job feeding the Powell brothers, feeding Thorpe, and it's been working out really well for them. Ben Powell back to the line to serve. He's really going to use that float serve to put some pressure on the Boss boys. Jan gets it up though. And Hayato really utilises that block that's been an issue and just sends it out. So far, both teams have been really good at utilising the blocks to their advantage. Hopefully we'll get to see some great action here tonight. A great up from Kai Ibbott in the backcourt, out to Hayato and recycled. Oscar sends over a free ball for VD. Hayato uses the opportunity to tip it, and just in the scramble in the middle, Sam is blocked on the overkill, on the overpass kill into the court.
Looks like that timeout served them well. They've come back.
Yeah, definitely up a few points now. We've got Friggy to serve. And up by Hayato, who goes for the tip on the outside, picked up by Luke, but then killed on the overpass by Hayato. That was just Hayato's rally. Really great work from the Boss Boys now. Clearly that timeout's done some good work for them. It's 11-8 at the moment. VD still in the lead, but they've just made up, the Boss Boys have just made up 3 points. Friggy to serve again. And the kill block from Ricardo Jackson and Hayato Inamura, both getting a hand to that by the looks of it. They really got it into that court, into that corner, just really shutting that down. VD's probably going to move away from using their middles at the moment to see if they can force the Boss Boys to do something else. And a free ball from Josh Thorpe. Little bit of a collision with Thorpe and Ben Powell in the backcourt.
Hayato.
And Hayato hits that sharp cross, taking advantage of VD's confusion. Ben Powell and Josh Thorpe had a little bit of a collision there. It looks like Josh might have been hit in the face, and he's just come back on straight into that sharp cross-court hit from Hayato. Now the coaches, John Young, he's called a timeout for VD. Clearly they need it. I mean, Boss was down 6 points and they've made up 5 of them. VD only leads by 1 point now in the first set at 11-10. We've got Friggy back to the serve line. He's been doing a great job at being consistent on the serve. We'll see if he gives him a little bit more of a challenge here. And a tip again from VD on the outside. Punished by Yarn, but not quite a kill there.
Looks like it came off the outside of his hand there.
And it's been called out. Luke Power just hitting, trying to hit that line, but just going a little too wide there. And we've got Kai Ibbett back to serve. Huge energy in the stadium right now.
The Boss Boys know how to bring that energy in.
Exactly. Benefit of 2 huge squads is that they're going to be loud. Hayato with the tip and up off the shoulder. And Jonesy just can't get there. A great chase from him and some pretty cool ups from the VD boys, but just not quite controlled enough to get it to where they want. Came off the shoulder of one of the boys and then just touched by the other before it was sent out. Kai sending a little short serve there. And Thorpe kills it in the cross court, looking to make up that point. Boss very narrowly had the lead there at 12-11, but Thorpe's just pushed it to 12 all in the first set.
Got another serving substitution here.
Bringing on Billy Tame, 35, for Sam Wardlaw. Kill blocks Hayato on that line shot. Just absolutely sends it straight into the ground.
After all those tools, he's pushed his hands to the right spot now.
Sibling fighting over the commentary.
My bad.
And we've got Billy to serve again, showing a strong float serve here. And Ibbett straight into the block, denied again by Thorpe and Zave Reed there. That's two hits. Hard hits from the Boss Boys straight into the block. And the short serve from Billy. And that's the second hit in a row from Kai to not make it over the net. Daniel and Scott are going to call a timeout for the Boss Boys here just to get things moving again. Maybe a repeat of the last timeout they had just to pick things up a little. Hopefully we can see the same thing happen here so that they can make up the 3 points. VD's leading at 15 to Boss's 12 in the first set. Scott and Daniel were undoubtedly looking just to change things up here on the court. Clearly the Boss Boys have had a little bit of a fall here. Just struggling to get those hits into the court on the other side, which Hayato remedies on the spot with a line shot straight into the court. Clearly these timeouts are doing wonders for Boss here. We've got Hayato to serve here. It's 15-13 in VD's favour. Great pass from Ben Powell. And Jan Janssen tries to hit that overpass kill, and it's just gone straight into the net. It's a trend we've seen all of today. A lot of the overpass kills are either getting slammed straight into the ground or they're going straight into the tape. Hopefully the Boss Boys here can avoid the same fate. And Nick Jones sends it into the ceiling on the pass. We've spoken about this multiple times now, but the ceiling's really been a very hard limit for a lot of the players today. We saw it be a huge obstacle in the VD vs Phoenix match earlier today and in the VD vs Utah's game that just happened. The one-handed set from Oscar Kelly out there. And Jan Janssen denies Josh Thorpe at the net. One hand touch on that hit and it just went straight into the ground. Jan read that really well. Ricardo at the line. 1 point lead to VD, 16-15 in the first set. And Jan couldn't get that block up again for Thorpe. Thorpe learnt from the first one. But it was recycled. It's just that it's been a little fumbled there by Ricardo Jackson in the backcourt. And Jan Janssen making good use of the line shots. The line shots have been really successful for Boss today in this first set. They'll be looking to continue those. And we've got Addy Hawks to serve.
Oscar and Zay finally made that connection. I think they've been trying to make that connection all set.
It's pretty incredible how low Zay can hit that ball. Oscar's really putting it only just above the tape for him, and he's just using that to his advantage here. And we've got Kobe in as a serving substitution for Zave Reed. He picks up a tip on the line, and then Luke Power hits the ball out. Obviously trying for that sharp cross-court shot, but just not bouncing it down enough. It's just gone straight out the side here. We've got Jan Janssen to serve. He's going to try and put the VD boys under a lot of pressure just to get that edge on them. Ben Powell out at the pin, smashing the ball into the backcourt. VD leads 19-17 in the first set. We've got Luke Powell to serve again. Just a bit too much power on that and sends it out into the back wall. We've got a substitution here, serving substitution. Xavier Scoop on for Blake Barwick in the backcourt. Great hit there from Sam Wardlaw through the middle. Even though he drifted over to the right a bit, it's hit that straight onto the left line. We've got Ben Powell back to serve here. And the ball is still alive. Great hit by Hayato, but just a little bit of a touch there from the VD boys to keep it up. Ricky gets the ball up. And the ball is still alive. Great scramble plays here from all the boys here. And Kai kills it. Pulls it through the block, taking advantage of it and sends it straight out of the court. And it's Kai back to serve. VD has maintained their 1-point lead this whole match almost. And it's currently 20-19. And a pass on the tip from Kai Ibbett, recycled back over to the VD boys. And a pancake from John Deadman, getting that ball up to... But it's not quite enough. Thorpe sends a well-placed tip, and it's just the end of the point there for them. Again, we've got Billy coming on for Sam Wardlaw here, putting them under pressure with his float serve. And a pick up from Billy out to Luke Powell, who kills it in the backcourt in 6. The Powell brothers are doing some excellent work tonight on the defense and killing the ball out of the pins. We've got Billy serving again. The score is 22-19 to VD. 23-19 to VD as Billy scores an ace on Jan Janssen. Again, the roof just being an extra problem today. Not as tall as other stadiums, and it's been a real big issue on those tricky passes. Hayato passes to Addy, who sends it out to Kai, who just narrowly misses the court with that cross-court shot.
Billy has been a really great serving substitution today.
Absolutely, and it's match point here.
Just through the block there.
Ricky gives Boss a chance to catch up a bit here, touching the block through the middle as he takes that seam. It's still match point for VD here in the first set, and we've got Hayato back to serve. He'll be looking to put a lot of pressure on them with his float serve here. Picked up well, with out to Luke Powell, and Hayato touches it, but it's just not quite enough there. Addy Hawks with the chase, but it came too far off into the stands. VD fought really hard and well for this first set. Great defense, great serving, and great attack pressure. They struggled a little on the block earlier, but they were able to pick themselves up and win the first set. Given how big the Boss Boys team is here, we'll have to see if they make some changes here or if they decide to keep going with their current lineup. We've been seeing some really great work from the serving substitutions on VD, don't you think, Charlie?
Yeah, they're really using them well.
Kobe's been putting a lot of pressure with his top spin serve there, and Billy, obviously, in those last few points, really clinched the victory with those float serves. It's been really hard on the boss serve receive to pick them up. We've seen a few issues with just it coming off of arms into the roof this match. Hopefully that's something we can fix here, but obviously the roof isn't something we can raise tonight.
I think the float serves are doing more damage for Boss right now compared to the top spins. Just clipping them off the side of the arms, like you said, going into the roof.
We've seen a lot of issues with hands as well, taking a lot of balls on soft hands and they're just slipping through. By the looks of it, VD isn't changing anything up this set, and why should they? They had a really comfortable win there in the first set. They were doing really well once they picked themselves up after the first few points. And we've seen that they've been really good at killing the ball and keeping it up. A few crazy scramble saves there from the boys. It took them about half the set to get warmed up to that, where it was just point for point with Boss there. But once they were able to extend that lead from 1 to 5, they were consistently going at the ball. And here's the second set. We've got Addy Hawks for Boss serving. And great pass from Hayato there, but just not quite enough. He picks that ball up and it's tight on the net, so VD tries to do something with it and they've done what they needed to. Oscar Kelly to serve for VD. And just not enough power there. Looking for that short ball, obviously, and just falling a little too short here. An easy point for Boss. We've got Jan Janssen to serve. And the roof again proving to be a lot of these teams' biggest enemies at the moment. Jan was there reading it, calling for the second ball to be passed, only for it to hit the roof. We're seeing a lot of issues with this. And the short float serve from Thorpe. Zave with that extra short touch there, just a little too short for him. Picked up by Luke and hit out by Ben. We've got serving substitution from Zave Strupp here. Zave can float and topspin serve, but he's been really hitting the VD boys with his float serve. Denying Josh Thorpe at the net. This is what the Boss boys have really needed. They've really struggled against the heavy hitters of Van Diemens. And we've got Zave to serve again. And sending it into the net. It's 3-all here in the second set. And we've got Blake Barwick coming back in for Boss. And then heading immediately out for John, his lib. And we've got Kobe Young serving substitute here, coming in to serve for Zave Reed. With that heavy hitting topspin serve, he's been looking to put a lot of pressure. And Sam Wardlaw has been doing a lot of damage through the middle there. He's been hitting all of his angles just right and taking advantage of the seams on the Boss court. Kobe to serve again. And it's out. Just a little too much power on the top spin serve. In men's games, a lot of power is going to every bit of the game. It causes a lot of errors where there's so much power being put into it. And Luke hits into Hayato's block, but it rebounds into Luke himself, giving Boss the point there. We've got Friggy to serve. He sends the fast float into the backcourt, and it's set out to Ben, who's received by Janssen. And it's picked up by Ricky through the block. Hayato goes to grab it again. And Ricky smashes the ball into Jonesy's chest. Some really great defensive work from the boys at the net. Friggy to serve again. A really flat float serve there. And Ricardo Jackson just nails that overpass into the floor.
Ricardo's been a really strong presence on the front of the net this set.
And he's
Finding
definitely
his feet in middle now.
Absolutely. He's definitely been doing a lot of efforts with the defense in the middle, getting that mid-air block cover. And here we've got Ben Powell hitting it out. Never mind this. The ref has revoked that, and apparently there was a touch off the block on that hit. VD have been awarded the point. It's 7-5 to Boss in the second set. And we've got Luke Powell hitting the ball out just a little bit, putting a bit too much pressure behind it. We've got Hayato to serve. He's going to be looking to use his float serve. And picked up by Friggy, a dime to Addy Hawks, but Jan is denied at the net. Great pickup from Kai Ibbett on the floor. Great set from Addy Hawks there. But just too good of a block work from the VD boys there. And we've got Ben Powell to serve. It's 8-6 to Boss. And the ball is out. Ben was looking for that back corner, looking for that line, and just pushed it a little too far on that float.
VD are struggling to keep their serves in the court at the moment. It's bringing them down a few points.
And the one-on-one block essentially from Addy. Too big of a block gap between Blake and Addy there, and just allowed Josh Thorpe to just hit that seam. We've got Billy Tame in as serving substitute again for Sam Wardlaw. He's going to look to get some more points off that float serve. And it's off Jan's fingers, picked up by Hayato, and hit by Kai. And Luke Powell to hit it. Back to Addy Hawks, who sets it out to Jan, who kills it off the block, off Oscar Kelly's hands. Smart work from Jan Janssen on the block now. We've got Addy Hawks back to serve. It's 10-7 to Boss in the second set right now. And Thorpe just looking to make use of the block there. He could see that there was an angle for him to hit that would put it into the ground, and he's just taken advantage of that. Coming off of Jan's hands into the floor. John's had some struggles on his hands with passing the float serves here, and it put Boss under a little bit of pressure, but they've made it up. The one-on-one block with Jan, leaving a bit too much of the court open for Thorpe to just use there for his targets. Boss's lead has dwindled to 1 point now. It's 10-9 in the second set to Boss. And a net touch from VD there. Point to Boss. Jan Janssen to serve. Out of system, out to Luke, who just smashes it into the ground. Clearly some communication needs to happen between Boss's blocks. There's too many gaps and too often here. Got Thorpe to serve, and it's 11-10 to Boss here in the second set. Kai sending over a free ball for Boss. And Save just misses the middle hit through the net. And we've got Save coming on for Blake Barwick in as a serving substitute. Through the middle, hitting it out. Just a little too much power again. And Zave to serve again. Boss is up 13-10 in the second set. And out to Kai Ibbett, who tips it straight out. He turned his body a little too much at the last second there, looking to try and find the line, but not realizing just how far out to the pin he was. We've got Kobe Young as a serving substitute again, in for Zave Reed. Again with the top serve, but dimed by Jan Janssen, who comes in through the pipe and just smashes it into the backcourt. Addy Hawks being really smart utilising that backcourt. It's given them the serve. And Kai Ibbett again just putting a little too much on it, sending it out the backcourt. Boss are up 14-12 in the second set. Jan picks the ball up, and Hayato smashes it down the line, flipping Luke Powell.
A great one-hand set from Addy there.
Addy's been doing really well at feeding all of his different players on court.
We've seen him adjust really well over the State League season.
Luke Powell again, and up by Kai, who's fed through Addy, and he goes for that cross, and it comes off Luke Powell's arms out into the stands. And John Young calls a timeout for VD here, looking to just get a fresh set of eyes on this thing. Currently, Boss is up 16 to VD's 12 in the second set. And John Young is undoubtedly trying to get the VD boys to have a little break. Maybe pull what Boss did twice in the first set. Just get a little bit of a comeback here.
We can see how much of a difference 3 missed serves makes in a set.
Exactly. Boss is definitely doing a great job on defense to try and pick up Luke Powell's shots. A huge power hitter there. He's going to hit those power crosses very well, and they've done well to read him and get there early. And coming out of the timeout, we have Hayato Inamura to serve. He's quick to serve, trying to catch them off guard. Sam Wardlaw on the tip, but it hits straight into the net. It's a 5-point lead here for Boss, which is a welcome difference from what happened last set. We've got Ben Powell hitting into the block, and Luke Powell gets locked down. The Boss boys have clearly fixed their block here. They've been able to block both Ben and Luke in the same rally here. Hayato to serve again, really quick on the serve, and it goes into the net this time. Just a little too eager to try and catch the VD boys off guard. Boss maintains the 5-point lead though. It's 18-13 in the second set. And Addy Hawks with the almost pin-to-pin set straight out to Jan Janssen, who smashes it down the line. Beautiful sets from Addy here today. And we've got Ricardo Jackson to serve. And Jan Janssen with that overpass kill straight into Oscar Kelly's block. Kelly was there waiting for it, but Jan Janssen was just too strong. It's now a 7-point lead for Boss, 20-13 in the second set. A double block from our Boss middle, which paid off. Blake and Jan went up twice for that middle hit, managed to recycle it and get it out to Jan, who smashed it into the floor. Jan's clearly picked up his pace here. We've got Nick Jones talking to the ref, now resolved, and Ricky to serve. And Luke Powell with the hit again, straight into Jan Janssen's block. And Kai with the power hit cross court. Jan with the tip. And Forpy tips it into the net. A high-speed play there, but Boss was able to scramble just a little better than VD this time.
If we look to Boss's backcourt, we can see that Ricky and Hayato have decided to switch their positions up for defense.
Hayato's taken more of the libero position, and just again, the roof is proving to be a really big problem for these games. I mean, Kai only barely scraped the roof there with the pass, and it's out of play now. The direction looked good, but we're noticing that the actual facilities play a big role in how these games play out. And again, we've got Billy Tame in to serve. And off Janssen's fingers, a great dive and chase from John Deadman there. He got a hand to it and got it up. We see then Kai Ibbett chasing that too. He also gets a hand to it, but it's not quite enough to get it over the net. Billy's been really effective on those float serves, but this time the pressure's just not enough. Boss get the ball up and are able to put a smart roll shot into the centre court. And we've got Addy back to serve. It's 23-15 to Boss. Boss will be looking to close out the set here and now. Luke Powell smashes it on the line in a cross-court shot from backcourt. Oscar Kelly's been really good at utilising his backcourt, especially Luke here. And connection, and I'm pretty sure his first kill this match. John Deadman with the great pass off of the float, feeding it to Addy and straight to Blake, who smashes it into the ground. Jan to serve here for match point. And Thorpe up to shoot, and Addy gets it up with his chest, and Kai falling over backwards to get that hit. Off the hands of Blake from Luke, but it's just out. Some great passing from the boss line up there, but VD was just too good at applying offensive pressure. It's still match point for Boss here. And Blake closes it out. Blake Barwick with the hit through the middle, killing the ball, and moving this game to a 4-set match.
I wonder if Addy will be looking to use Blake more in the next set with those kills.
Definitely. In the first set, we noticed that Blake was a little slow to get to the blocks. I think he wasn't connecting with the ball as well as he should have been, but we've seen that now, especially in those last 2 points, he's absolutely picked it up. And VD, given that there was a significant difference in score there, it was an 8-point lead, 17 to 25 there, we're going to have to see if VD changes anything up. Billy Tame's still been doing a great job on the float serves there. We've seen a huge Boss crowd out today with 2 of our Boss teams in both of the men's and women's finals here. We had the UTAS Boss women come out victorious in their match against VD in the gold medal women's match. And now we've got our Boss men's playing for gold in the finals match here. We've had a lot of Boss support. Both of our teams have stuck around to give their support to our players here tonight. And it's been huge for our teams. We've seen huge support as well from the VD crowd. Lots of support from everyone. They've both got huge squads here, and you can just hear it in the stadium. It looks like VD hasn't made any changes just from who's standing on the line. We might be seeing a change here with Boss. Never mind. We've got the same lineups for both teams by the looks of it right now. One set each in the men's gold medal match for the State League Finals 2026. And starting the third set off, we have Oscar Kelly to serve. And into the net, looking for that short cross float serve, and just going a little too short, hitting the tape and dropping early. Addy to serve now. Huge support from the crowd. And off the top of the hands of Boss, recycled up to Addy, who sends it out to Jan with a roll shot over to Luke Powell. Thorpe gets it. Tip on the Boss team here. Just a little too short for John Deadman to get to in time with the pancake attempt there. And we've got Josh Thorpe to serve. It's 1-all. And just a touch by Nick Jonesy on the line there. Jan sent it down the line hard and just clipped him on the hand. Jan to serve now too. It's 2-1 to Boss in the third set. And a great pass up from Hayato. A beautiful set out from Oscar Kelly to Ben Powell. Ben smashes it into Hayato's chest, and it just rebounds back into VD's mid-court. It's got them a beautiful point, but it's obviously a bit of a spirit stealer from VD. And it just comes off the fingers of Ben Powell there.
Both teams are really struggling with those high balls right now.
Definitely. Jan Janssen putting some more pressure on them with the float serve here. Targeting Ben here. With Luke sending it down the line into John.
Have a new substitution, it looks like.
We've got Riley Rawnsley coming on for Xavier Reed here. Riley's munching on something. And he's going to come on to serve. And we're seeing a short serve go a little too far out here. Just out of the court there. Now we've got Xavier Schkupp coming on to as a serving substitute here. With this float serve. And it's just out. Great call from Ben Powell. Both teams are really making use of their serving substitutes here just to change things up. Boss leads 3-5 in the third set. Luke with that hard topspin serve, sending it out again. We're noticing a theme that with the really powerful serves, they're having a lot of errors tonight. We've got Friggy to serve. And Oscar Kelly with the up off the fumbled hands from Jonesy. But Hayato clinches it back. A great defensive effort from Kelly there, but just not enough. Hayato smashed that cross court. It's currently 3-7 to Boss in the third set. And Ben flips hands on the way down and smashes that into back six. And he goes back to serve. He'll be looking to win some points back here just to get rid of that 3-point deficit. And a short float on John Deadman picked up. And Ricky punishes him for it. A nice up, a little short from John Deadman there, forcing Addy to make a quick decision to send it through the middle. Ricky makes good work of it though, sending it to that cross. And we've got Hayato to serve. Great. Oh, a bit of an overpass there from the VD team. And the refs call a lift on VD. Boss currently has a 5-point lead in the third set here, 9-4. VD gets the point with Nick Jones to challenge. The ref is hard on it. Calling the line ref over just to confirm. And it's still Boss's point. Hayato's float serves have been hard to deal with. And we've got Jan on the kill block there. Just taking Luke Powell essentially one-on-one there. A bit of a block gap there. But he read him perfectly. And he's forced VD into a timeout here. John Young calling one early to try and hope that they can make up the 7-point difference here.
With a long 5 set for VD this morning, they must be pretty tired by now.
Exactly. It was a very close 5 set in the first game for them. Their 5th set there went well beyond 15-15. in what was such a long, tiring set for both teams, Phoenix and VD. It has to be taking a toll on them here, especially given that this match is bound to go to 4 sets and could very well go to 5. We've seen that lots of these games today have been very long. We have to hope that the amount of subs they have is enough to counteract the fatigue both teams are likely to face here. And Sam Wardlaw clinches a point here for the VD boys. A short little fast tip. Boss has a 6-point lead over VD. It's 11-5 in the third set. And we've got Billy Tame coming on as serving substitute again for Sam Wardlaw. Billy's been really smart with his serving. Float serves into smart places. Great pickup from Luke Powell there. Great pickup again, but it's a bit of an overpass. Boss recycles it and sends it out to Jan, who kills it into the floor. Great floor work from Luke Powell there. He stayed on the floor and picked up that second tip there, but it was a little bit of an overpass, giving the Boss boys a chance. Ricky Jackson back to serve here. Great pass from Ben there, and great pass again from Ben. Great defensive efforts here, and Luke with the offense. The brothers are doing really well today. Ben's been doing great on defense, and he's been hitting quite well as well. And Luke's just been an offensive powerhouse here. And we've got Oscar Kelly to serve. A nice short float serve here. Blake Barwick with the missed attempt through the middle. And Jan with a hit that I'd say was going out. Just clipped by Oscar Kelly there on the attempt to get it up. It's still a 7-point lead for Boss here, 13-6 in the third set. And the set was a bit too short, forcing Luke Powell to try and free ball it over. It's hit the tape and rolled back, unfortunately. And Luke getting hyped up over his crazy cross-court kill. John's really been taking a beating this match. He's been targeted heavily by the hitters. VD's going to go for that cross-court every time. The men have been really utilising it this match here. And Kai's just gone for another cross-court hit there. It's just put too much pressure into it and sent it out the side. And there he rectifies it, going further in court for the deep shot and just clipping it off the end of Thorpe's hands there. The Boss boys have a 7-point lead still, 15-8 in the third set. Out of system ball to Kai Ibbott, who tries to hit it off hands, but it's picked up by Jonesy. Ben Powell tries to hit it in an out of system ball, but it's just too far out there. Jan Janssen to serve here again. Great pass from Ben Powell there. Out to Luke. Jan picks it up. Overpass. But it's picked up by Zave. And in a net scuffle, the Boss boys have come out victorious. Little tips over the net just to keep it on the other side. And it's worked out for Hayato there. Jonesy with a great pass. Fed out to Zave, not a kill. And Kai kills it into the floor, hitting Thorpe in the chest there. Kai's been really enjoying those power crosses from backcourt. Getting rid of a bit of a sweat stain here from the fall. And Luke Powell kills it into John's chest. A lot of chest shots here tonight.
Luke's been a really hot hitter for VD tonight.
Absolutely. Really showing that great offense is necessary to killing the ball. There have been times where Boss have had great defense but just haven't been able to kill the ball on offense, and Luke punishes them for it. And Riley again in the serving substitution, hits it out. Clearly going for that roll shot on the line, but just putting too much pressure into it. And we've got Xavier Scoop on for Blake Barwick now. Again, on for the serving substitution here. It's a 10-point difference between Boss and VD at the moment, 19 and 9. Zave on his serve just pushes it too far out the backcourt. And we've got Kobe Young in as another serving substitution here for Xavier. Oh. Yes.
Decided not to do a top spin this time.
And Kai's really taking advantage of those blocks there. He saw that he only had one on him and made sure to hit off the hands into court, getting it really short. It's a 10-point difference still. 20 to 10 in the third set here in favour of Boss.
VD are keeping Kobe on his opposite now. Left Luke on the bench.
Kobe is well out of the court on that transition. And it's picked up by Jan. Great hustle. And Kai attempts to kill the ball, but it's picked up by Jonesy. Kobe gets that kill. Kept on from his serving substitution now in the backcourt. He went for that really low cross-court shot and just forcing Kai to get a little low, and he just wasn't able to get there in time. And we've got Ben Powell to serve. Kai wants to kill it again, and he does, off of Wardlaw's hands there. Sam just drifted across a bit into the space where Kai was hitting, and it just clipped his hand on the way past. We've got Hayato to serve again here, Boss maintaining their 10-point lead at 21 points. Great pass from Ben Powell here. And Thorpe hits through the triple block, hits hands into the court. We'll have to see if Oscar utilises Thorpe a little bit more here. But again, we've got Billy Tame coming on for Sam Wardlaw in the backcourt. Really effective on his float serves here. They'll be looking to get a few more points here. Instead of topspin. Jan's hit picked up by Thorpe. Thorpe roll shots picked up by Kai. And Jan kills it off of Ben Powell's hands. Just a little too much movement on Ben's pass there, slipping by. We've got Ricky out to serve, Boss maintaining their 10-point lead, 22-12. VD's really going to have to pull it together to win this set. Zave gets it off hands, it's recycled. Jan blocks the attempted kill. And then Thorpe hits it off of Blake's hands, straight into the wall. We've got Oscar Kelly back to serve again. And Addy with the a setter dom. He sets it short and right in the middle of the court. VD all upright, very unawares here. Great work from Addy to change the flow of the match here. We're 2 points away from the end of the set. And Josh Thorpe with an insane shot, just hit that back corner straight dead on. He had Janssen leaving on the slightest sliver of court there for him to hit, and he hit it. And we've got Thorpe to serve now. It's 14-23 to Boss in the third set. And Jan gets a toll here. Out to Luke, out to Ben Powell, who smashes it into the back corner as well. Really utilising those deep corner shots here. VD's definitely looking to cut that deficit here. It's 15-23 to Boss. And Kai attempts the tip, but it's straight into strong hands on the VD net. Kobe and Zave there, not letting that get through. Jan with the pickup off of John's fumble there. Hayato's attempt to send it into the back corner, just a little too strongly though, sending it past the baseline.
VD did a really good job to break that difference there. A lot of smart hitting deep corners there.
Absolutely. And considering it was down to 14-23, sorry, they've made good work to at least crack at it. Now, we'll have to see how Boss comes out of this timeout. Daniel and Scott are likely giving them a talking to. You know, they have 2 points to go before they win the set. They'll want to really lock down on everything for at least these 2 points. I mean, after they've come out of their other timeouts, they've been really strong. So we're hoping to see that same performance here coming out of the timeout. But VD's making good work to chip away at that deficit here. It's now down to a 6-point deficit from a 10. And there, Zave shuts down the middle hit. A little bit of a short set for Blake here on the middle, but Zave made sure that it didn't make it through. And now it's a 5-point deficit. VD's done a really good job of catching up. It's 23-18 to Boss in the third set. 24-18. It's match point. It's set point, sorry, for Boss here, with Kai hitting that sharp ball down the line. We've got Jan Janssen to serve. He's really going to want to put some pressure on this ball to close it out. And a short float that Ben picks up well. Out to Kobe, and Kobe hits that sharp cross, but hits it out. Boss win the third set of the match, making it Boss 2 to VD's 1. We saw a great catch-up by VD there, just in those last few points. Thorpe putting a lot of pressure on those serves and doing really well defensively from VD. It's just that they couldn't quite get back from the huge gap that they had in the middle of the match. 10 points is a huge deficit to make up, especially when your opponent's only on 2.
I wonder if VD will be looking to make any changes now that they've down.
Well, in the end of that last set, Luke Powell came off for Kobe Young. He stayed off in that final few points there. And Kobe was putting some good pressure on his offense, which was interesting to see. Definitely a nice change-up. If Boss wins this set, they win the match and the gold medal for the Men's State League Finals 2026. VD obviously doesn't want to let that happen. They're looking to take it to 5 sets to get that win.
If so, Boss, that would be 1 loss for the entire State League round.
Exactly. Boss is undefeated so far. They've taken 1 set loss. They've taken 1 loss this whole round, actually. Out of 15 matches or so, they are majority undefeated, and here today they would be looking to close out this set. VD obviously looking for that 5-setter. They've already had one today. They're going to be tired. It'll be interesting to see if the fatigue actually affects performance or if they're willing to sub on any of their other players.
VD have kept on Kobe for the 3rd set now.
Luke Cowles off court for now, and Ricky to serve. Xavier through the middle, and Kai picks it up just. Kai sends a free ball to the back corner. Oscar puts the set a little too low, forcing Thorpe to put a free ball over, and Jan kills the ball.
They really need to close that block, VD, against Jan.
I think
he just goes straight through that every single time.
Absolutely. I think they need to focus a bit more on putting those free balls to the corners. They're putting them very short and they're being picked up and recycled.
Oh, wow.
A great pickup from Jan off Blake's foot and just fumbled by Kai into the net there. A tough pickup from the whole team and a tough pickup for Kai to lose, but undoubtedly a little bit of a spirit shaker there. And the set's a bit wide from Addy. They're forcing Jan to turn a bit too much, sending the ball out. We've still got Oscar to serve. VD's leading 2-1 in the 4th set. Addy with the setter dump again. Kai picks up the tip. Out to Jan, who kills it in the backcourt. Ben went for the dive, but was just a fraction too late here.
Still not closing that block.
We've got Addy back to serve now. The set from Oscar a little too long there. Zave couldn't reach it, and forcing Kobe to try and get that. Boss is up 3-2 now in the 4th set. And just a block gap there between Jan and Blake. They didn't close it out. Jan looking to block that line and Blake just not drifting far enough. Thorpe's taken advantage of that and hit off the inside of Blake's arms. And the overpass from John just hitting the net. Good effort from Addy to keep that up, but just ultimately not savable there. We've got Thorpe to serve again, VD taking the lead once again. It's 4-3 in the 4th set. The great pass from John. Off hands by Blake. And Ben just smashing the ball into the block cross court. A short serve there, just picked up by Blake. Jan making use of it with a hit from backcourt. And then Oscar setting to Zave with a power tip to the line. Zave's been doing really well to score some points here with the tips. Very smart. Jan coming in from the 5's position there. And just hitting it cross court, snagging 2 hands along the way there. He's up to serve now. It's 6-4 to VD in the 4th set. And just a little too low. Not enough pressure on that ball to send it over there. And we've got save to serve for what looks like the first time this match. He's had a serving substitution most of the time. And Ben blocked by Kai and Blake. Thorpe sending the ball into the corner and just getting a soft touch off of John on that. John seems to be struggling with the soft balls tonight. Just struggling to get a hard hand to them. And Zave Reed sends the ball into Sam Wardlaw's head. Maybe that's why they had a serving sub on for him.
Braden Ibbett now.
And we've got Braden Ibbett on to serve Kai's younger brother. It's 8-5 to VD. Let's see if Braden can make a change. And it's up. And Jan hits it from the pipe position. And Jonesy sends it into the roof. Great serve from Braden out there, putting some floating pressure on the corners there. And just trying to get that line, and again, kind of like we've seen Riley do. He's aimed for that line and just sent it too far there. We've got Kobe to serve here. In for the float. And Hayato, great hit through that block gap there. He's clipped Sam's hand there and just sent it straight down into the net.
Luke subbed on for backcourt. Kobe's off on the bench now.
We've got Kai to serve here with a float. And it's just too strong again. The Ibbets are pushing their serves really far out. And just a missed pass there from Jan. Coach Daniel and Coach Scott calling a timeout there just to give the boys a rest. We've got a 4-point lead for VD in this fourth set. Boss is really not going to be looking to get this to a fifth set. It'll be interesting to see how Luke Powell being back on court now is going to change VD's offense here.
And their defense.
Exactly. We've got Ben Powell to serve out the back for VD. A 4-point difference, 11-7 in the fourth set. Boss wasn't ready and on court before the ref blew the whistle. Kai Ibbett was well out of the court there. Steve Ibbett going up to challenge the start of that set. Calling the replay there with a yellow card to Kai. Good pass from Jan to Jan, and it's flipped off Ben out the back court. Ben's clearly tried to move out of the way for that and just either grabbed it on the way past with his chest.
That pipe option's really proving them.
Got Hayato to serve here. His float serve's been doing really well against VD. We'll have to see if that continues now. And Thorpe hits it out. He saw this block gap there that Ross had left him, and he aimed for that seam, but he's just pushed it too far out there. Aito to serve again there, making the deficit smaller. It's a 2-point deficit now, 11-9 to VD in the fourth quarter. And Kai with receive, narrowly missing the roof there. Addy feeding Jan Janssen, who just bounces that ball. They're really making up the deficit here. It's 11-10 here in the fourth set. Hayato to serve again, looking to put some more pressure on them as he has the whole game. And an overpass from Ben Powell there with a tip out. And Jan Janssen uses the chaos to hit it off of Oscar Kelly's hand out. He's been doing really well this match at that, really taking advantage of those blocks and hitting off hands where he can. It's 11-all here now in the fourth set. Boss making a comeback from 4 points down. And Luke Powell, that one-on-one set, that one-on-one block with Jan. Jan just can't cover the whole court on his own there. Luke took advantage of that and hit the perfect seam.
Billy on to serve again. His flow has proven so effective this whole match.
And you've
Spoke
jinxed
too
him.
soon.
You've jinxed him. Billy's done really well this whole match with his float serves, and it looks like when he's turned to that top spin serve, he just couldn't give it enough to push it over the net there. We've got Ricky Jackson to serve here now. Short ball there with the tip. Blake Barwick getting that up. Addy out to Jan, and Jan smashes it into Jonesy, who gets it up. It's recycled back, and Jan goes again, hitting that seam this time. Boss has really been doing well by recycling the ball, getting it up from a pass to Addy and out to a hit. Boss takes the lead here now, 13-12 in the fourth set. Kai intercepts it, coming arguably out or in, depending on the calls on court. Little bit of miscommunication on whether that was going in or not. Got Oscar Kelly to serve here. And it's out. We've got Addy in the backcourt now to serve.
Boss have taken the lead now, 13-14 in the fourth set.
And we've got Kobe back in for Luke Powell. Kobe tries to hit it, denied by the block. Hayato gets it up off of Thorpe's head, and Kai just hits that outer system ball straight into the corner. Benefits of being a lefty is you can have that control from that angle to hit that back corner. John Young calls the timeout here as Boss take a 2-point lead in the fourth set, 15-13 here. Some really great hustle work from Boss here. Hayato getting that ball up, Jan passing it out to the pin, and Kai just cranking that shot into the corner just to secure that point. It's really given them the edge they need to try and get the set back. They were behind way too many points earlier on in the set. They've won it back and taken the lead now. They'll be looking to hold on to that. It's Addy to serve here again. Backcourt setter now. And out to Thorpe, who hits it straight through Jan's hands. A big gap between Jan's hands there on the block. They're only getting a one-person block on Thorpe every time. Blake's staying very central in the court on those blocks, and Thorpe's just taking advantage of that. But Jan sends one right back. It's really been a battle of the really experienced players here. Jan and Thorpe have been huge hitters here on court today. And here, Jan makes sure to clinch that point back so he can go to the serve line here. Ben to hit that cross-court shot. He's just put too much power on it and it hasn't dropped the way he'd hoped it would. It's headed out, giving Jan another chance to hit the serve line. Out to Ben again.
Went for high hands there.
Ben made good work of touching the hands on the block there.
No substitution again for Xavier.
So he's finally been given the chance to serve for himself here. Boss is still up to 17-15 in the fourth set. And Hayato makes it 3 points. He's just clipped it off the edge of Kobe's hand. Both him and Jan have been really effective at doing that tonight, choosing where to place their ball on tulls every time. And again, we've got Braden Ibbott in for Blake Barwick on the serve. Braden was really effective on his first serve, the first time he subbed in for Blake. And it's out to Ben, who tips it, but it's recycled back by Kai. Kobe hits it into the block, and then Oscar sends it back. And Addy gets that great set out to Ricky, who just smashes it into the court. Oscar gets a touch off of it, which Nick Jones goes to run for. And we've got Kobe Young coming off again for Luke Powell. We're seeing some great support from the Boss squad here. Boss is up 4 points now, 19-15 in the fourth set. Braden Ibbott to serve. And Sam Wardlaw coming in through the middle for that hit straight on the line. Blake coming back in, only to be gone immediately for the lib. John's being pushed out of the pass by Kai. And Luke Powell serves the ball out. It's still a 4-point lead here for Boss, 20-16. Kai Ibbott at the serving line's gonna wanna look to widen that here. Out to Luke. Great pass up from Kai. And Hayato just takes that beautiful set from Addy and puts it straight on the line there. BD's clearly getting frustrated and tired here. Great defensive efforts from Boss there. Great hand pass from Kai. Addy sending it straight out to Hayato there.
Really smart hitting options as well. They're using that line a lot. And it's just winning them points.
We've got Kai to serve again. It's a 5-point deficit here, 21-16 to Boss. And Addy attempts to kill the overpass, trying to get that setter killed. And it only gets blocked and in the court there. Boss's libero being pushed out of the pass again. Ben Powell to serve. Kai fumbles off of hands. Out to Hayato, who tries to push it deep. And Sam Wardlaw, through the middle, hits it out. Boss maintain a 5-point lead here, and they only need 3 to clinch the match and win the gold medal here. Hayato to serve. Really good float serve here. Up by Ben, great pass out to Luke, who hits it to Kai, who gets that up nice and high. Out to Jan, who just takes advantage of that line shot. That line shot's been working really well for the Boss boys. Every time it lands, it's just clipping someone on the way down. It's 23-17 in the fourth set. 2 sets to Boss. They're only 2 points away from the gold medal here. Hayato to serve. Pass up and out to Thorpe, and it's smashed cross court into Jan, who sends it back. Passed up by John off the block touch. Out to Luke Powell, who crosses it. Kai with a dime out to Addy, sent to Jan. Jan off the block, and it's in the floor. It is match point for Boss. They are looking to close it out here. Hayato to serve.
They really want to win this right now.
It's a 7-point deficit here for VD. They need to lock in here to lock it out. Great pass from Ben. Out to Luke Powell. And Luke Powell sends it into the net. It's Boss to win the gold medal match for the men.
That
The
means
Boss
that
boys
Boss have only lost 1 game the entire state league.
Incredible work from the Boss boys tonight. Just putting it all on the line to take it in 4. What was undoubtedly a really hard match against VD. Just proved that fatigue was a little bit too much there. The boys really pushed it there. We're seeing huge support though for the Boss and VD teams. All their teams coming out to support them. A huge line of family and friends and other teams for the Boss men here.
A lot of energy tonight from everybody.
Yeah, one thing to love about this men's match was just that the squads were so huge and everyone was just getting behind each other. Huge power plays here, like incredible offense, incredible defensive plays here. You can't really fault either of the teams for what happened tonight. Boss just outplayed tonight in what was inevitably a game affected by VD's 5-setter this morning, but Boss just played incredibly well. Well, that's all that's needed from us tonight. We hope you enjoyed the match and the State League Finals this year. Congratulations to Utah's women and Boss men this year for winning the cup. Charlie and Elise out.
Bye.